Wrong way around. Look what I got. I'm so excited. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh wow. Oh my, oh my. So yeah, I was looking at a course on intuitive herbalism because I don't know, I think I might be interested in doing something in herbalism, and yeah, I found this book. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I thought I would, yeah, read this, see how I like it. And oh my god, I'm already really impressed. It's lots of nettles. Oh, nettles, beautiful.
Kittens!
It's kittens! This is so strange. Hello. So, because today is mainly dedicated to doing some sort of like study and work at home, I thought I would, I thought I would kind of do something fun and recommend you some books. I guess whether that's fun is very subjective, but yeah, I'll recommend you some books that I like or liked recently, or do kind of like them all still, so yeah. Let's just recommend them now. Let's just, yeah, get into it. So, the first book I've got is called Wilding, and it's by Isabella Tree. You might have heard about this, don't know if I've maybe even recommended this before. Read this a while back. It is about, yeah, just a couple changing kind of their conventional farm to, well, a wild landscape. They're trying to rewild, or they have rewilded it, sort of what used to be a conventional farm that wasn't actually making any money, and there was a lot of like soil erosion and just generally like bad soil conditions, and yeah, they turned the whole thing around by helping it kind of on its way to being rewilded. And there's a lot of information in it, and it's like a kind of like their story and problems they encountered and maybe the positive things that happened, and I don't know, it's very interesting. And you can actually watch an interview of Isabella Tree, and I'll link it in the description, where she kind of explains the whole process of what it is that they did. Yeah, if that's interesting to you, this book is quite interesting, even if it's not necessarily interesting to you. Still think it's a good book. Yeah, do recommend it. Yeah, next book is Turning the Tide on Plastic by Lucy Siegel. I don't know how to pronounce this, but yeah, this is basically all about plastic, different types of plastic, how these different types kind of like affect the environment, plastic pollution, you know, like history of plastics, all about plastic. And it's kind of positive in a way, but like it's not like dreadfully depressing, like, yeah, it doesn't make you feel absolutely hopeless, but maybe it does. In a sense it kind of does, and it also doesn't, but I just thought this book was quite good. So if you're interested in this, yeah, you can have a read over that. The next book is something to do with botany and illustration, and it's called Botany for Artists by Elizabeth Leach. That's a funny name. And yeah, it's a brilliant book because it kind of like talks about plants in a scientific sort of taxonomical terminology way, but the information is very useful when you're illustrating plants. So yeah, for example, it has amazing kind of like diagrams and yeah, generally just like descriptions of parts of flowers and everything that's important if you want to know what you're illustrating. So yeah, if you're interested in botany, interested in illustration, I really recommend this book. Then there is another big book. This one's pretty good. It is pretty beautiful. So this is a relatively recently published book, The Adventures of Alexander von Humboldt by Andrea Wolf. She's actually written like a book on Alexander von Humboldt, which I really loved, and I definitely have previously recommended it on here somewhere in a video. But this is with illustrations, I think, by Lillian Melchior. It says in the front, but I'm not like super sure, but yeah, illustrated by Lillian Melchior and written by Andrea Wolf, and it's basically the story of Alexander von Humboldt in a comic way, and it's like illustrated and everything's it's very beautiful. It's got these original sort of like notes in it, and it also has like dried flowers and yeah, just like scans of his notebooks, and then mixed with kind of illustration and moral story in this book, and it's really beautiful. It's really amazing. It's very nice to read before you go to sleep because it's quite a visual, I don't know, like a visual experience, I guess, of the stories. And I find Alexander von Humboldt very interesting. So the last book that I want to recommend is called The Overstory by Richard Powers, and this is probably my favourite book that I've read all year. It's very broad. I think it's one of these books that goes into many stories, and it introduces you to many characters and many like sort of like storylines interlinking, overlapping, some not actually like physically sort of overlapping, but definitely influencing each other. I don't know, it's about trees. It's about trees, but it's not just about trees, but it is just about trees. See, I don't think you can really talk about this book in a summarizing way. It's just an experience, really. And I love the way this is written. I love the way that the characters are sort of like introduced. It's just beautiful. Recommend it. I hope you enjoyed today's Vlogmas, and I hope you maybe, I don't know, have read one of these books and you thought the same way about them, or maybe you didn't like them and you can tell me why, because I think that's quite interesting too. And yeah, I hope you're having a lovely day, and take care, and I'll see you tomorrow, perhaps. Who knows what will happen. Lots of studying has to be done for an exam on Thursday, so yeah, see you soon, bye bye.